Bayern Munich versus Victoria Plzen. So, early kickoff, which I think people are going to be delighted with because we get to see Bayern team news above all else. But they do have a few issues. So, Joshua Kimmich and Thomas Muller have contracted COVID. So, best wishes to them. And Lucas Hernandez looks like he's picked up a little niggling injury as well. So, he could be out for a couple of weeks. So, that's something to keep an eye on. And I think the major thing to look at here is, is the defense. Now, I don't know whether you'd want Bayern defenders anyway, but I definitely think without their best centre back and without Joshua Kimmich, they are going to be significantly weaker just defensively. Are you using a chip this week, Aaron?
I'm planning on using the Limitless this week.
Okay, so are you considering any Bayern Munich players?
Yes, I am considering Musiala, definitely.
Yep.
For defending wise, it was going to be Alphonso Davies.
Okay.
And then potentially making sure Leroy Sané starts. If not, then potentially Mane, but he's not doing great, is he? So even though we said the first match day, how quickly things change in football. But probably Sane, Musiala, and Davies is mine.
Terrific. So I am likely not using a chip this week. I think I'm going to wait for match day 4 so I can have early Man City team news. So I know who to go with there. So basically, I've got a feeling it's going to be Mane up front, obviously. Musiala and Sane, I think, are absolutely nailed on to play. So I don't think there's too many headaches. I think you can go with any of those 3 attackers and feel confident that they'll be starting anyway. I know that would obviously, again, like you say, be able to see the team. But Kingsley Coman's back in training. So that might be future headaches down the line. And one of the reasons why I'm less inclined to use Limitless for this game, which people might be saying why, is because Musiala's so cheap. Like, what I don't see why I need to bring him in on a Limitless when I could actually just bring him in as a transfer for 7 mil, whatever he is. I do have the capabilities of doing that. I've got Neymar up front with Mbappe. That is not something I want to keep. So Neymar could go up to a Benzema, someone like that, but also he could drop down and then I could improve somewhere else. I've got flexibility within my squad. So I'm quite happy with going Musiala and Sane. Be interesting to see if Coleman plays really, but I don't think I need 3 Bayern. I'd like 3 Bayern, but like I said, I don't need them. In terms of Victoria Plzen, there's no one that we're going for from these. Sure.
Definitely, I think the captaincy swing potentially in this game will be big, because I think most people will be targeting someone from this game compared to the others. But I think there's going to be potentially a few options, and that could be a huge swing, and people could stick or end up having to switch to the Man City game, which happens tomorrow on the Wednesday game. So we'll see.
Well, that's the thing. Haaland is an option for that game on Wednesday as a captain. Is just too much. Like another hat-trick today. I know I don't really want to go into it too much because obviously it's a different podcast, but man's an alien. He's just insane. So I think with Bayern as well, it is going to be important to see the team. They have not been doing amazingly well in the league, although they did smash Leverkusen at the weekend. Muller was getting the goals as well. Mane did get one. But it's really hard without watching the game to determine what formation they play, because I see lots of times it's 4-2-3-1 on team sheets, and Bayern Munich fans go mental because they're just like, we don't play that, we play a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times as well. And I think the biggest thing to consider with Bayern is that there might be some substitutions with Dortmund on the weekend as well coming up.
Yeah.
Obviously, their focus will be more on that game compared to Victoria Plzen. They'll just be looking to get the job done,
Yeah.
substitute rest players. So I think the risk of early transfers, if people don't get an attack and return in the first half, I think they're at risk of getting substituted early. So that's definitely the gamble that you play with this match.
Yeah, you can see it happening all day long. I would. I don't even know. Do we do predictions on these games anymore? Has that been part of the thing?
We
Have we
haven't on
stopped
the
doing
last
that?
few, but just kind of quickly about Bayern Munich's. Obviously, people with wild card and stuff. I don't know. I think there's a couple of 4 million goalkeepers that have kind of opened up. I don't think people are going to go for Neuer, but just in terms of the defenders, the I think the obviously Alphonso Davies, Pavard, like whoever's the left and right backs are going to be probably going to be in most people's teams. But in terms of like who's actually done well so far in the competition, and you're looking at kind of like ball recovery points and stuff like that. Obviously Hernandez is a massive loss. He has 20 points so far, and the next closest is Alphonso Davies with who has 15. But obviously, I think all of these defenders are, well, they're a lot cheaper than what they have been in previous games, and rightly
Yeah.
so, because they've not kept the clean sheets to be priced as premium defenders. But I think Pavard 5.1, if we see he's starting right back for wild carders, might be the one. But I think in terms of who people will potentially be substituting out, like if people have Theo Hernandez, if people have other 6 million options, maybe they don't have confidence in the Liverpool defenders, Alphonso Davies. But Upamecano, he is averaging 5 points a game, so could be a safe floor, and he's 5 million. So that if you have an Inter wing back that you're looking to get rid of, Upamecano, say if, for example, if you went Gersons, Upamecano could be a good shout if you cannot somehow get to Davies or Pavard. But that was that was all that fluff was just to say that Upamecano could be like a safe option,
Yeah.
as safe as options can be in a band.